here on Women's Health Weekly with Dr. Simran Rattan from Ontario, who is trained in family medicine. She's an MD, who also did advanced training with Dr. Andrew Weil in integrative medicine and is an expert in spirituality and wellness and integrative medicine and mind-body medicine and coaching. This conversation is not only how to feel better and live your life better, but it's about how to feel better and live your life well. So I think sometimes that it takes the knowledge and education of someone like yourself who is a health coach who's involved in doing these things on a daily basis, who understands what comes before a lifestyle change is the need to change that lifestyle or the need to change your belief system and discover what is your spiritual need.
The truth is we're not going to be motivated if someone tells us to do something. So it's about them not even just changing their belief. It's about them seeing that they can do this and that they just need that guidance and to not even hold their hand, that they're able to do it themselves. And I think that's where coaching is really powerful as us. And I think we've been so used to trained as being directive, do this, do that. Here's your prescription, get exercise 5 to 10 minutes a day, whatever. Sorry. 120 minutes a day, not 5 to 10 minutes, but 10 minutes of hit maybe, right? But basically doing that
don't ask me to do 10 minutes of hit on the Peloton because it's all over.
right. So it's like doing some things like that. But the truth is this is where, again, I'm going to go back to that spiritual belief. Some people, like I do Tai Chi. So I'm a Tai Chi, I'm doing a level 1. I'm a level 1 instructor and I'm hopefully getting my level 2 in the next few months, hopefully. But basically doing the Tai Chi for me it really aligned with my values. For example, I believe in doing something that has the least effort, most power, right? So with Tai Chi, that's how I see it. And it aligned with my value for that too. Like even my meditations, same thing, least effort, most power. And so those were the things that aligned with me. So same thing, like now I do Tai Chi and I love it. And it doesn't feel like I'm doing something so like, oh my God, I'm exercising. So if someone told me to go out there and run 5Ks, which I've tried, I don't enjoy it as much, right? So I think it's trying to find, even with your exercise things that are going to align with that person. But we as health providers, health and physicians can help you guide that way by really making sure that what you do is in line with what you would let that your exercise, your nutrition, all that stuff. So for to take home point for yourself is ask yourself that, like, go back to those core values of yourself, go back to what gives you meaning. Is it do you like to be creative? Do you like relationships or connections? Maybe being in a exercise class is more helpful for you because you enjoy the relationships while exercising. Now that's all important, right? And that's where that spiritual belief and health can help you to really be able to zone in on your health particularly.
So have a little bit of a talk about where do people find such experts?
So the disconnect between prevention medicine and what we're doing, basically?
Yeah, exactly. Because 95, so far as I understand, 95% of medicine is not preventive medicine.
It's not. And yeah, you're right. So there's a whole bunch of different ways of looking at it. So I think the disconnect is that sometimes we think that prevention we become like a bit on autopilot, where we are used to now, this is the way we were trained in medical school. And I think the way we need to kind of move forward, if it's something, is start bringing it into our medical schools where we're teaching our medical students how to really now address, because I didn't learn nutrition. I don't know about you, but I didn't learn any nutrition in my medical school. I didn't learn any nutrition in my residency. All I learned was the diabetes code and then nutrition part. And when I learned that too, there's a lot of faults with that too now, right? So unfortunately, that's a huge part that we're not being trained in that way. So when we're used to being trained in a certain way, that's how we're going to do it. And prevention is not just screening for diseases. So things like, we do mammograms, we do pap smears, those are still not truly preventive measures, right? Because we're screening for a disease. We're not actually preventing that disease from happening.
I'm so glad we covered all of this in this week's meeting. Do you have anything to add to what we've already discussed, Dr. Rattan?
I think the last thing I would really say is that you, like everybody out there, has this innate nature to want to discover themselves. And so take that into account and look at what creative ways you can do to do that for yourself. And I think that's one of my biggest things, because when you learn to do that for yourself, then you're going to really want to enjoy your life in a way that maybe it's more deeply rooted. It's not just the superficial ways of trying to get external happiness. There's something more deeper within that can help you to move forward in your life. And even in chaos, we're still going to have emotions that don't feel good, but something deep inside keeps you anchored. And that's that deep understanding and clarity of meaning and purpose for you in your life. So exploring that is probably my end. I try to do that basically, right?
I am so happy you joined us. Once again, Women's Health Weekly brought to you by the experts and their guests from Maiden Lane Medical, broadcast here from New York City. Please subscribe to our YouTube channel. You can catch us on youtube.com/Maiden Lane Medical. Once again, Dr. Rattan, thank you very much for joining us.
Yeah, thanks for having me. Yeah.